The anticipation for football season is unlike anything in the world of sports. People literally wait the entire year for this very moment. The weather is gorgeous, the hot dogs and hamburgers are cooking, and the fans are checking in as we speak. Lincoln and Braxton County will kick off the 2013 high school football season right here at Stuyvesant Field. Increased enrollment led to brand new dorms, and the addition of a football team demands a new stadium. As you'll find out shortly, they've got that covered. Coming to you live from Ike and Sue Moore Stadium on the campus of Glenville State College. If you haven't heard by now, there is a pretty big game here tonight. Glenville State and Fairmont State will go to battle for the 86th time in this historic rivalry. All right, Coach Crean, this is your pride and joy. This is the football locker room here at the ABU Performance Stadium. I guess talk about how the progression has gone in here. You know it's media day when you hear the words expectations and excitement being tossed around on a consistent basis. But today wasn't just media day. It was a historic day for the Mountain East Conference. It's week 2 of the high school football season, and RCB comes to town. It's a big-time rivalry game. Who's going to win tonight, Liberty or RCB? Liberty! We are ready for some football out here at Robert C. Byrd High School. Look at the food provided by Brickside Pub and Grill. It looks absolutely fantastic. If you're looking to go out to a high school football game, then please come out here to Clarksburg. Thanks, Kelsey. I'm now joined by Buchanan Upshur head football coach Dwayne Stokel. And, Coach, you've been on this coaching staff for a while. You understand how big of a game this is against Elkis. I guess talk about, what it means to you as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a little soggy out here thanks to all that rain, but you know what? The sun's starting to come out, and who cares what Mother Nature throws at us? We got a big game here tonight. Bridgeport and RCB will go to battle at 7:30. That's right, the Steelers, the Pirates, and you know what? It was a hockey night in Pittsburgh. The Penguins are back on the ice. Can you believe that?
I am so excited.
This may be one of the more exciting days here in the 12 Sports Zone. Albert's jumping right now. You can't see him, but you will soon. High school sports are finally back. The popularity of football is at an all-time high in this country, but the Notre Dame Fighting Irish have not forgotten that at the end of the day, it is just a game. As a matter of fact, the team decided to devote part of its first day of practice to something a bit more important, like helping out health access for a flea market that'll be held this weekend in Clarksburg. High school football season is almost here, just a few weeks away until teams, coaches, players report to camp. But this week is all about the young football players. I'm talking kindergarten through 8th grade. The Bridgeport Indians are one of those teams who faced an extremely tough challenge tonight. Bridgeport welcomed Wheeling Park to Wayne Jamison Field. The Patriots are considered a state title contender in Class AAA. Wheeling Park's Eric Banks is a big-time target for the Patriot offense. But Bridgeport did not care. They were going to ride that Indian faithful, and they were loud tonight. Patriots turned the ball over on their very first drive. Zach Phillips loses the ball. AC Caldera comes up with it, and the Indians were in business. Here comes Alex Thorne right up the middle, and Bridgeport goes up 7-0. Marching band approves of that. A few drives later, and Wheeling Park finally breaks out. That's Jeremy Page in a foot race all the way down the sideline, and he leaves the Indians in a cloud of dust. We're all knotted up at 7 apiece. On to the second quarter now. Savion Johnson takes the handoff, punches it in. Patriots led 14-7 at the half. Let's move to the fourth quarter. Anthony Bonamico has Bridgeport on his back, takes it down inside the 20-yard line. Then it's Bonamico crossing the goal line right here, and we are all knotted up at 14 apiece. Page was huge down the stretch, breaks a massive run all the way down the field right here. Then Liam Casey boots it home. Wheeling Park survives Bridgeport by the skin of their teeth, 17-14.
What a game.
Well, it really means everything. I mean, it really sets a tone for our season. You're working in the off season, you're doing your reps, you think, man, Fairmont. I mean, that's it. There's really nothing else to say about it. Everybody around here knows what it means. It's the game of the year.
In order to understand why it's the game of the year, you need to kick back and read through the history of what makes Glenville State and Fairmont State a rivalry unlike many others. Rivalries are, of course, based on tradition, and there is nothing that looks quite like tradition more so than an actual trophy. This is the Battle for the Bit Trophy. Its home has been right here on the campus of Glenville State College for each of the last 3 years. Thursday will determine whether it remains here in Glenville or makes its return to Fairmont.
Well, it's neat to have a trophy in here in the state of West Virginia, to have something from the oil and gas company and stuff. And Waco was nice enough and to donate it. And so yeah, it's a trophy we would like to keep here in Glenville.
This is definitely a rivalry that we enjoy being a part of. It's a good competition every year. We know we're going to have to play our tails off to beat Glenville. I mean, they're going to be fired up and ready to play just like we are. So I'm happy to be a part of it.
Thursday's game will mark the 86th meeting between the two schools. It's a rivalry that began all the way back in 1909. Names like Rich Rodriguez, Deacon Duvall, Jed Drenning, and Jared Ferguson have all left their mark on the matchup. But for some of the local guys, the meaning runs much deeper.
Being from around, being recruited by both schools, it always gives you a little chip on the shoulder. You want to beat that school that you didn't go to, and so that helps.
I'm from Braxton County. We got 50 people coming from Braxton County to watch, but I mean, it's really sets the tone. It really does.
Jason Woodman is brand new to the rivalry since being hired as Fairmont State's head football coach earlier this year, but he says it did not take him too long to figure out this game means quite a bit to his upperclassmen.
I don't think I have to. I think I know. I think that when it comes down to Fairmont Glenville, you can throw the records out the window. You can pretty much. All those intangibles on paper don't really matter. I think it's a rivalry, and when you do that, you never know what's going to happen.
And not knowing what's going to happen on the field is the best part. But one thing is for certain.
There'll be a lot of blue, and there'll be some maroon as well. But the excitement from our community with all of our new facilities and stuff it'll be a great place to be.